Opening schemes and furniture dreams, Lucy's contract and Mr. Mooneys' refusal. This part examines the opening sequence of the composite script through the deep psychological interiority of Lucy Carmichael. The analysis enters the inner world of the character as she navigates desire, calculation, affection, and quiet defiance in the familiar setting of the bank office and her conversations with Mary Jane. Lucy Carmichael begins the episode already living inside a vision. When she tells Mary Jane that she picked out the furniture yesterday and that it is the most beautiful furniture Mary Jane has ever seen in her life, the words carry more than surface enthusiasm. Inside Lucy, the statement functions as an act of self-definition. The furniture is not simply an object of purchase. It is the tangible shape of a life she believes she deserves. A life of order and beauty that stands in contrast to the constant improvisation of her days. The admission that it is expensive and that she can pay it off in 3 years reveals a mind that converts large obstacles into manageable installments. 3 years is a long stretch of labor and loyalty, yet Lucy frames it as ordinary. This framing is the first sign of her psychological strategy. She reduces the threatening scale of money by stretching it across time until the weight feels bearable. The contract itself becomes a private talisman. Lucy keeps it close and speaks of it with the pride of someone who has already taken the decisive step. Her plan to have Mr. Mooney co-sign rests on a chain of internal reasoning that is both shrewd and tender. She imagines that he can take the payments from her salary and that the debt will protect her job. The thought that he will never fire her as long as she owes him money is not merely comic opportunism. It is the logic of a woman who has learned to convert vulnerability into a form of security. In her inner world, debt is not shame. It is a bond. The laughter she shares with Mary Jane covers a deeper awareness that the plan is fragile, yet she chooses to inhabit the hopeful version of the future. When Mr. Mooney enters and cuts short her affectionate description of him, Lucy experiences the familiar collision between the story she tells herself and the sharper reality of the man. She has just called him kind and generous to a fault and has explained that his gruff manner is only a front. The interruption forces her to adjust in real time. The psychological movement is swift. She shifts from sentimental defense of him to efficient office performance, presenting the letters and claiming there is not one single mistake. The claim is less about accuracy than about the need to be seen as competent. When Mooney signs without reading, Lucy feels a brief glow of validation. She interprets the act as confidence in her work. His correction that it simply proves he is in a hurry lands as a small internal bruise, yet she absorbs it and continues. This pattern of hope followed by mild deflation is central to her emotional rhythm. The discovery of the furniture contract among the letters triggers a rapid sequence of internal calculations. Lucy must decide in an instant how much truth to offer and how much to soften. Her explanation that the contract is hers and that she is buying new furniture for her apartment is delivered with the careful pacing of someone who knows the next request will be refused. The appeal for a cosigner is framed as a formality, a word that in her mind reduces the risk for everyone involved. When Mooney refuses with the declaration that he would not cosign a $15 note for his mother, Lucy registers the finality without collapsing. The threat of a new secretary is heard as both warning and challenge. Inside her, the refusal does not end the desire. It redirects it. The arrival of Colonel Bailey offers Lucy a temporary exit from the center of attention and a chance to observe. She listens to the talk of pickles and percentage returns and the new campaign for Bailey beans. The double money-back guarantee enters her awareness as raw material. She does not yet know how she will use it, but the information settles into the same mental space where the furniture and the unpaid contract already live. Her mind is a workshop that collects usable pieces. The $5,000 investment and the singing commercials are noted without immediate comment. What matters is the promise attached to the product. When she returns to the subject of the loan, Lucy tries a new angle. Collateral feels more respectable than a simple cosign. The numbers she offers, $800 original cost and $700 still owed, are assembled into a private arithmetic that equals $1,500 in her reasoning. The statement that 800 and 700 equals 15 is not a failure of math. It is an expression of need strong enough to reshape facts. Mooney's rejection is absolute. Yet Lucy leaves the exchange with the penny lecture still ringing in her ears. The image of 1 penny becoming 2 and then 4 until the sum exceeds $1,500 lodges itself as a new tool. She does not yet see the full plan, but the principle of doubling has been planted. The donation of the old furniture to charity is an act of internal clearing. Lucy removes the physical reminder of the life she is leaving behind so that the new furniture can arrive without competition. The quiet satisfaction she feels in the gesture is real. She is making space. When Mary Jane questions how she can afford the purchase, Lucy is ready. The sign advertising the best beans or double your money back is no longer just an advertisement. It is the key she has been waiting for. Her declaration that anyone who puts out a phony claim deserves to furnish her apartment is the moment the private calculation becomes public intention. The plan that follows buying 1 can and returning it for twice the money, then repeating the process in geometric steps across many stores, is the full flowering of the interior process that began with the furniture dream. Throughout these opening movements, Lucy operates from a consistent psychological center. She is a woman who converts limitation into project. Refusal does not stop her. It supplies the pressure that shapes the next idea. Her affection for Mr. Mooney is genuine even when it is mixed with exasperation. Her partnership with Mary Jane is the safe space in which schemes can be spoken aloud before they are acted upon. The furniture is never only furniture. It is proof that she can improve her surroundings through intelligence and persistence. The script shows her moving from desire to plan with a speed that feels both impulsive and carefully prepared. Every piece of information, the contract, the refusal, the bean guarantee, the penny lecture, is absorbed and recombined inside a mind that refuses to accept permanent defeat. The opening therefore establishes Lucy Carmichael as a character whose inner life is richer and more determined than the comic surface suggests. She is not simply a creator of chaos. She is a woman constructing a more beautiful version of her world, one calculated step at a time. The furniture dream is the emotional engine. The contract is the first instrument. The refusal is the necessary obstacle. And the bean guarantee is the unexpected material that will allow the dream to advance. In this light, the early scenes become a portrait of resilience disguised as farce, a study of how one woman turns the ordinary frustrations of money and authority into the raw material of invention.